Seldom, if ever, remembering back over the last few years, have we ever met a man who bought a Tr2 or a Tr3 and regretted the purchase. We well remember the first time back in '54 when we climbed into a test Tr2, one of the very first in this country. After a day with the car we were left wondering how they could bolt together that much car for so little money and it was one of those few cars that one is actually reluctant to clamber out of. Now, 4 years, loads of test miles and 2 models later we still get the same feeling and even more so. For sheer fun driving, the Tr3 for 58 is hard to beat regardless of price. The paramount changes in this model are in styling. The new latticed grille opening is recessed into a suggested snout effect, a la Ferrari. The headlight bulges are smaller, and are also incorporated into the theme of the car, and of course are sealed beams. Across the hood the name is spelled out in large, but not too large, letters. A fuller and sturdier bumper spans the front, protecting the headlights and fenders as well as the grille. The appearance is a lot smoother because of these changes. The Tr3 supplied us by standard Triumph Motor Company was not a super-tuned cream puff. Service manager Peter Snow felt that the best way to evaluate a Triumph is to test the one that the next customer would have bought, so he just drove one out and gave it to us. This one is now a demonstrator. But drive it we did. When we picked up the car, the odometer read 35 miles. Before making performance runs, or road tests of any kind, we just drove, putting over 2,000 miles on the car in 2 weeks. This mileage ranged from close New York City traffic to ranging up to Bel Air Mountain on the thruway for a weekend of skiing. The car behaved no matter what we did to it, averaged 26 mpg for the first 1,000, and is now delivering in the order of 28 mpg. Unquestionably it will keep getting better. So far we've added no oil. The engine, as well as the gearing and other mechanical components, is identical to last year's Triumph engine, exactly and right down to the last bolt. There is plenty of power, even around 2,000 revs, but the engine likes to go over the 3,000 mark. This is the zone, 3,000 to 4,500, where you really move out when you punch the throttle. The gearbox on our new car was tight, but by the end of 2,000 miles it slipped easily from gear to gear. The hydraulically operated clutch is easy to work, gradually engaging and positive when it pops in. But the short gear shift lever is perhaps the nicest feature in this department. We changed gears by reaching out and taking hold of the rubber dust cover on the stick, and changed gear slots by moving just the thumb. It's as easy as that. Acceleration can be neck-snapping if you want it to be. On the other hand, the smooth engaging clutch and good torque characteristics at the low end permit gentle takeoffs, too. 2,000 revs is 40 mph in fourth, but this same 2,000 is plenty to get you off the mark, if you want smoothness and aren't in a hurry. The brakes leave absolutely nothing to be desired. We made more than 10 consecutive stops from 60 miles per hour and hard stops with just enough pressure to keep from locking the wheels. The adjustment of the rear drum brakes was faulty, and despite the fact that on every stop the right rear wheel locked, our gauge reading was in the order of 2/3 G, or approximately 70% efficiency on every stop. Apparently disc brakes of this type and size are able to do most all of the stopping. It is interesting to ponder, however, how we would have stopped if the brakes had been adjusted perfectly. The brakes felt as good when we finished as they did when we started.